Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Unnamed LP on the Unnamed Server. My name is Angry K9 and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've been doing a lot of AFK here at the mob grinder trying to build up some gunpowder. I had almost a full double chest and I turned it all into TNT because I've got something that I'm going to start doing at some point in time. Fairly large project, so I'm going to need a bit of TNT, and I've been doing a lot of AFK over here to build it back up because I need more TNT. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I am going to roll a clip of something that I recorded a little bit earlier today, actually. I was going to do it as a separate episode, but then I got to thinking, you know, it might be a good idea to do some kind of intro to tell folks exactly what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing here. Just let you know, I'm going back in time a little bit, and we're going to take a look at my first world, my first single-player world that I was playing in before I started recording videos. Now, I did originally record this as a separate episode, so I do an intro in that episode as well. So don't think that things are goofy. It's just I don't want to edit it. Just don't feel like editing it, so I'm just going to leave it as is. So yeah, I hope you like it, guys. You get a little bit of insight on where I came from and how bad of a builder I was in the beginning. What's up, everybody? Angry K9 here, back again with another Minecraft video, and today I am going back in time, more or less. I'm standing here in what was actually my second single player world, not an LP world, just a single player world. I say my second because my first one was the first time I ever played the game, and I think I was in the world for a few hours, had absolutely no clue what I was doing, and had lost it a long time ago. Never really built anything in there, just one house and a big-ass dirt wall. Big dirt wall that I thought was going to keep the mobs out, but it didn't, obviously. Right now, you might notice that I'm also not using the Faithful Texture Pack. I am in the default, and that is because I am in Minecraft version 1.2.5. This version came out shortly after I started playing Minecraft. I think we were on 1.2 when I started, and it was right as the 1.2 snapshots for 1.25 were. I can't even talk. So many points. 1.2.5, I think, were coming out. I don't really remember much about it. I played in 1.2 for quite a while, and then I don't really remember how I discovered there was an update. I think I went to the Mojang website for the first time ever, and noticed that there was an update. So I updated to 1.2.5, and I played in this version for a really, really, really long time. Even after 1.3 came out, I stayed in this version for quite a while, and then I finally did update. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at my world here as soon as I can get the right key here. That was my area right there. You can see my house there, and I had that stone mess right there, and another building that I had built just kind of randomly. Had some animals there, and way on top of that hill over there, you can see I have some cobblestone there, and I had that large building over there that was going to be a mob farm. It is a mob farm. I don't think it was ever actually very efficient. I don't think it would actually really even work. And that there was, I found a skeleton spawner down there, and I did a drop trap. The first one I ever built. This is actually a lot of firsts on this world. And there is a, whoa, if I don't fall off. This was before I discovered feather falling boots. And I think before I discovered the shift key as well. But you see that road over there that kind of winds around, goes over that way through the desert. And I think there's a village over that way that I have found. And the road also continues on over this way and follows its way over there somewhere to the coastline. In that area, I think, I built another little shack over there. And you see these dirt columns there. That was something I did based on Paul Swords Jr.'s videos. And this world is actually the one I started when I first started following his Survive and Thrive series. Pretty much everything built in this world was inspired by what was in that series. That house there. Oh, and like I said, this was before I discovered feather falling. I really didn't intend to come off of there, but anyway, that house right there was built following his tutorial. or his series, and looks like an Enderman has been here. Yeah, and everything else I just kind of threw together and just kind of worked on it. So this building here was the first large structure that I built, and it's really not that big, but you know, for somebody who was new to the game, to me this was an epic build. Several entrances in and out, got a balcony up there, lots of windows, and this was when you needed 50 levels to go all the way up, so you needed 30 bookshelves, and it took me forever. I remember it took me forever to get these bookshelves. I seem to be missing a door here. Yeah, so this was my first big build and also my first spiral staircase. I was very proud of this spiral staircase, also how I managed to link it up with these other floors here. And I always had coal in just about every chest, I think. But I was really proud of this. It took me a long time to build it, actually. I remember that quite well. And the first balcony over there, looking over the forest. And I kind of missed the terrain generation from 1.2.5. But we head back up here where we just were, and I come up here to another kind of an outdoor balcony. And it kind of overlooks my area there, and mountain off in the distance there, the desert. And then we go to the top again where we just were. Come to the ladder here. And the ladder's here because I couldn't really figure out how to terminate the stairwell to make it look kind of cool. So I just used the ladder. Come up here on the roof, and we can look out over everything. And I remember I cleared that spot right there because I was going to build something else there. For the life of me, I cannot remember what. But I did build that there. I had plans for it. So we're going to go ahead and get down the hard way here. Maybe. Okay. Well, yeah, can't jump over the fence. So, yeah, I really did not know a whole heck of a lot about the game, which is probably pretty obvious from the look of this structure here. Had another door going out this way. And, woo, lag spike. I never, ever, ever, ever saw a lag spike in 1.2.5. That's crazy. Of course, this is the first time I've ever recorded in 1.2.5. So, I don't know. But yeah, this cozy little cabin right here, or cozy cottage, whatever it was called, was something that Paul Source built in his Survive and Thrive series. And I built it based on that. You can see I have the mob murder holes down here. Got the wall with the fence around it and the half slabs on top of it to keep the spiders out. In this version, spiders could not go over the half slabs if they had an overhang like that. I don't know if they still can or still cannot do that, or now. I don't really know. Of course, we've got the ubiquitous chicken, sheep, cow, and pig farm. This is when animals did not glitch through fences, and you could keep them all inside fence gates and wouldn't have any problems with them. Okay, well, maybe that's not quite accurate. That sheep is kind of in the wrong place. But the problem wasn't as bad in this version. Yeah, so... Shut up, cow. And then I had this little mess over here, which I don't even remember why I built this. I think I was trying to do a castle, and it was my second spiral staircase. And I did pretty much the same thing over here with the ladder. I always had trouble figuring out how to terminate spiral staircases, and I don't think I've really built too many of them lately, so probably not much different now. But I was also very proud of that bridge over there. That was something else that took me a little while to build, and I don't remember why I built this here. I think I was covering up something here. Got these doors right down here that actually went into my storage room, which I think was over here. You can hear I did have a portal right there. Yeah, here's my little storage room. Had food here, and you can see I got quite a bit of stuff there still. Building materials, all that stuff. I did find a couple of zombie dungeons. Miscellaneous items, a compass, and TNT, and a bed, chests, things like that. Some ores. I had a lot of redstone. And this was before you could do redstone blocks. So I could not put this together in a block, and this was also before coal blocks. So you can see I did not have coal blocks here either. And I had weapons and armor over here, unenchanted armor, a couple of enchanted bows, which I think I actually got from skeletons, and that one sword I did manage to enchant. I really didn't get much in the way of enchantments over here. Had a good silk touch pick, relatively good. It was only efficiency 3. At the time, you could not combine because anvils did not exist in this version either. And we've got these raw materials over here. Have some ender pearls. I did not have an enderman farm. In fact, I had not even been to the end or ever even found a stronghold here. Got some plants and things like that. And back to the food. So yeah. And right up here inside the cabin, we had some bookshelves for decoration, and of course the workbench and everything. Had some music discs and a bed. And then this was also access to the murder holes that I had right here. I think I had ladders here, and I would spend a lot of time standing down here waiting for creepers to drop. Needless to say, we didn't get too many creepers down there. But this was all done underground, and at the time I really wasn't too concerned about the aesthetics of everything. It's getting dark. I'm going to go ahead and sleep here real quick. So yeah, anyway, I had just, before I left this world, had just discovered using pressure plates to open and close doors. That to me was like a really big thing. I always thought it was really cool that you could do that. Obviously, I couldn't do it everywhere. I remember trying to do it here. I had pressure plates on the outside, and I was down in there one time, AFK, and at the time, for single player, you could, you know, bring up the menu here, and the game would pause. I don't think it does that anymore. I'm not sure. But this was also before you had a sprint key, so I keep hitting the wrong key to sprint. And then I had this building here that I built, which I don't even remember why I built it. But every structure I built, I put a workbench, a chest, and a furnace in. And this is just your basic stone building, nothing fancy at all. But anyway, this bridge over here, I built this little dock for boats. And I originally had just cobblestone going across here in the water, just kind of sitting down in the water, but then I built that dock and wanted to get my boats out. Couldn't do that, and the reason why was because I discovered zombie spawners over there. There's actually 2 of them right there, and we might take a look at those in a bit. But it took me a long time to build this bridge. Obviously, it is nothing special, just cobblestone, and, well, that's it, just cobblestone. So this would not really be all that impressive. Now it's still not impressive. Then I had this waterfall over here, and this was really before I discovered, you know, that you could bone meal the ground. I mean, I knew you could do trees and stuff like that, and that's what I did with these trees. I don't remember where I got the saplings for these. I think there was an extreme hills biome over there somewhere by that other shack that I built, and I had gotten some of those saplings there. But I built this over here, and I had this tunnel going underground, and it's been a long time since I've been out here. And then that waterfall here, that was actually natural. This was all here, as well as that lava back there. I threw some torches up, but then of course I dug this out. And it's been so long since I've been in this world, I really don't remember my way around. I think there was the skeleton farm down here. I remember, yeah, there's Skeleton XP farm. And this was the first one I ever built. And I had a button here to push the drops forward. And I think I picked that trick up from Monkey Farm. By this point, I think I had started following his videos as well. I started out watching Paul, then I was watching Monkey Farm, and those were the only 2 people I watched for the longest time. Then I discovered Asuma, and I think I also started watching Doc M not too long after that. And then I think it was after Monkey Farm joined Hermitcraft the first time, for the very first time, it's when Generic B was still on Hermitcraft, and I don't know why this isn't working. I don't really remember if I had lights or anything like that. I don't see any. No, I hear skeletons. But yeah, I had a few bows here, and that's probably where I got this bow. Actually, I know it is. And I had some bones over here. Yeah, so I spent quite a bit of time here trying to build up XP so that I can enchant stuff. I remember it took me a long time to get up the XP. I needed to get 50 levels. Was it 50 at the time? Yeah, it was 50 levels to get to be able to do a full enchant, and all I got was Bane of Arthropods. And I kept this sword for a long time. Power 1 bow I think I got from a skeleton. I think they dropped bows at the time. In fact, I know they did. And you can definitely hear the difference in sound effects. Oh, the good old days. And that's what that pusher back there was for. I hit the button. push that stuff forward, then I'd be able to pick it up. So yeah, and then of course I had the other mob farm that I was telling you about. Actually, I think I had to go this way to get to it. I think I went down here. At this time, I discovered these stone half slabs, and I figured they would look really cool as a floor. So I started using those everywhere. Yeah, there's the skeleton spawner itself, actually, the dungeon. Then I also found out that mobs would not spawn on these half slabs, so I put them down there. What is down here? I do not remember what's down here. There is a door down here and an empty room. Let's see what's at this door here. Ah, access to the caves. Okay, I remember now. The way out, I remember getting lost. The lava pits. What's over here? I got lost so many times. Stop. Do not go beyond this point. Why not? Because I'll get lost. Yeah, the lava pits. It was just a small little puddle of lava there. More lava ahead. Woohoo! Gotta love lava. And spiders. Close to that skeleton farm. So I'm going to run out of here before I get lost. And I'm going to head back up to the top where the actual mob farm was. And we'll take a quick look at that. Alright, here we are on top of the hill, and this was going to be my mob farm. This was based on Monkey Farm's Mobs on Demand system. That's what the inside of this thing looks like. So if you want an idea of what that looks like, just go find Monkey Farm's Mobs on Demand tutorial, and you'll be able to figure that out. I think I only had like 3 or 4 levels, maybe 5 levels in there. Went down into the ground a little bit, and I built this little cobblestone box here as my builder's shack, so to speak. And don't really have a whole lot in here, but I do remember cooking up a whole heck of a lot of stone, cobblestone, turning into smooth stone, and of course then glass. I had cooked up all this here smooth stone, and I built it out of that. And there's the skelly drop. So yeah, this is pretty much all there is, I think. I've fallen off of this thing several times, and I had planned on building something over here, but I don't really remember what I was going to do. It had been such a long time. Can we hit the water from up here without splattering all over the ground? Maybe. I don't remember if you could fall into one high lava in this version. Oh, I missed that splash sound. Yeah, the sounds in this version were so cool. Splash, splash, splash. Of course, I don't know why I'm doing that. I've got a boat. And this was when boats were actually quite reliable. They didn't break all the time. Yeah, so over here I had found a couple of course, you couldn't go very fast in them. And you could kind of look around and it would steer, but you could steer with your arrow keys as well. But yeah, this was as fast as you could go with boats at this particular time. And if you wanted to go across the ocean, it took a long time. But there were actually zombie spawners down here. Both of them were zombie dungeons. I can't, let's see here. Boat control. But if you hit anything, like that cobblestone right there, your boat would break. And I don't really remember even, oh, okay, that's when you right-click to get out of them. You right-click to get on them, right? Yeah. Come on, boat, go back the other way. There you go. So yeah, if you do it just right, you can pull right up next to that and stop the boat, and you right-click, and you wouldn't always land on the side. You'd actually stand on top of the boat. And you could actually stand on boats now. Of course, you could still kick them around, but you could stand on them at this particular time. Come back here. Stupid boat. Oh, it's getting dark again. Go figure. There we go. And you dismount and you're standing on the boat. So yeah, I found these zombie dungeons down here. And I did kind of makeshift zombie farms. Really had no idea what I was doing. I don't even think I had found a tutorial on these things. Let's see. Where's it at? Right down here, I think. And there is the workbench and the stove and the chest, which I put everywhere. and come down here in the darkness. And I had half slabs down here. Now, when I first did this, I had the half slabs up on top like this, or, well, actually, these are in the wrong place, aren't they? They are actually in the wrong place, so things could spawn down here. And I hear a skeleton. But yeah, this was my zombie XP farm. I would stand here, and zombies couldn't hit me. And I would stand here and slice away at them. This guy, for some reason, didn't want to come after me. And I don't really remember why I even built these. There was a door over here. I think I had access into the spawning room. But we're not going to go in there. So yeah, that might have been a little bit dark. I'm probably going to have to edit that post-production, bring the gamma up a little bit so you can see it. So yeah, the other one is exactly the same thing, so there's no need to go over and look at it. We're going to head back on up here and hop in that boat. I want to take a look at the other little shack that I had built, and maybe we'll do the nighttime death run, as I called it. I don't know why I was so proud of this, because it looks absolutely derpy. Just cobblestone. I think it was probably because, ooh, creeper! I don't remember, can we shoot creepers from inside the boats in this version? Oh, time to run. Don't blow up the dock, creeper. Thank you. Oh, it's been a long time. Okay, boat, you can go now. No, not that way. That way. There we go. Hi, piggy. Ooh, right click on the boat. Oh, I broke it. See, they still kind of broke easy here, too. But, yeah, I don't remember exactly why I was so proud of this. Maybe it was because it was something I built that didn't have a tutorial, and then I had the steps there, or the half. Heck, I don't know. There was some reason why. I think really it was more the path that I built to get over here. And what do we have down here? A dirt room. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to sleep here real quick. Do I have a bed? Yes, I do. Woo! And I forgot to close the door. Oh, shut up, piggy. I know. I forgot to do the death run. I done slept and brought daylight here. Can't get up the door there. But yeah, I built this path all the way over from the main... Whoa! Hi! Where'd you come from? Don't blow up, stupid creeper. Thank you. I built this... Ooh, there's another one. I'm going to try to run. Ooh, this was also before I discovered sprinting in general. So I would actually walk this whole path. I get a little bit of a drag on my mouse. But I built several bridges along here. Based on the one that I built over there. And at this particular time, I was absolutely obsessed with making paths. Just random pathways through the woods, through the mountains, and everything like that. But I built these bridges here so that I could sail a boat over here and be able to go under them. And I remember having a heck of a time lining up this path and getting it to meet up where I needed to go, because that was before I discovered F3 and the coordinate system. So I did all of this just kind of trial and error. And I remember I did a lot of work and then tore stuff up and then moved the path and then tore it up again and then moved it. And I wonder I can't sprint. So yeah, and then I think I found some caves along here. I don't really remember. Somewhere I had found a ravine, but I don't think this was it. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I thought that I had found a ravine. Oh wait, no, I remember now. I did indeed find a ravine, but it wasn't a very big one. And this was before you could sprint up the stairs. So when you would sprint, you'd hit stairs and you would stop sprinting. So you'd have to start all over again. So yeah, they added some good things to the game. And I also didn't understand the concept of light level, so that's why the torches are pretty lame. There was this ravine here. This was, I think, the first ravine that I had ever found. And I don't really remember if I was doing anything down there, but I remember falling into it several times. And that's why you will see stocks of columns of dirt around, because I did that on Paul Soar's advice to mark areas, interesting areas that you wanted to come back to, that I wanted to come back to. Yeah, this path goes on, and it meets up with some sandstone up there. which goes onto a NPC village. And now that I think about it, if I remember correctly, I think I built a sandstone building over here, all the way down there, and I had marked this path out so I could follow it and not get lost. If I were to do this now, I would have all kinds of trees and vegetation and all kinds of stuff all over the place, fence posts, probably everything. But yeah, I built this completely out of sandstone here, based on, I don't remember what I based it on. I don't think it was based on anything. And of course, as always, I got the chest and the workbench and the furnace. And then the NPC village was over here, just your standard village. This was before they formed in deserts too, I believe. So yeah, I built this little house here in the desert before villages formed in the desert, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really sure when they started doing that. Okay, back over here in the main base, and there's one other thing I wanted to take a look at that I completely forgot about, and that is my first redstone contraptions based on something I found online. Tutorials, I think, I don't recall, I don't remember, but this was an obsidian generator, and this one was a smooth stone generator. And I use this to get cobblestone. But yeah, this used the old trick of redstone and lava meeting water, and it still works, I believe, to this day, but I haven't tried it this way in a long time. I designed another one based on this, but lava would only flow 3 blocks, and you could only get 3 at a time. You block it off and wait for the lava to die out, disappear, and then you would mine it. And of course you have this redstone contraption over here, and this has a clock on it, which would pulse that piston, and the lava right there, of course, in the water, and it would generate smooth stone. So we'll throw the lever here, and I would stand back quite a way with my pickaxe, waiting for the stone to come to me. And as it did, I would just mine it, just like this. And it took forever to really build up any useful amounts of cobblestone. And a lot of times I would take one too many blocks out and I would end up messing up. The water would get out, or the lava would get out, or something like that. But I always had a chest nearby for storage. So yeah, these were actually the first 2 redstone contraptions that I ever built. This was this one an actual redstone contraption. And this one over here wasn't really a redstone contraption. It just had a lever with a piston. That's all that had. Of course, then you had to put redstone on the floor. So I guess you could call it a redstone contraption in a way. It does use redstone. So yeah, that was pretty much all there is to my first world. And I spent a lot of time in this world before I started making videos every day on a regular basis. And then the last time I was in this world was right before I had started a server with my friend Dave. We started what we called at the time, we called it the Realms Minecraft server. Now this was before Minecraft Realms existed, and it was based on the name of a role-playing gaming site that he and I used to run together called Realms. It was a chat room actually for role-playing, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of thing. Yeah, so that's where we got the name. Realms Minecraft is what we call it, the Realms Minecraft server. We refer to it now as the RMC server because of Minecraft Realms. We were using the name first, but we really don't want Mojang having any fits, legal troubles, or anything like that. So, yeah, and I think I built this well based on something I had seen in that NPC village. I don't remember. But, yeah, so I started on that server. And I think that's where I actually made my first videos. I made a few videos over there. And my friend Dave and I had also set up like a cooperative map. Just he and I. We started a new world. And it was just me and him building on it. Nobody else was on it on our server. And I did some recording on there. Those are all the earliest recordings that I don't have public. And nobody will ever see them. Because they are insanely derpy. Of course, I talked like this, and I said a lot, and there was no enthusiasm, and so yeah, I think everybody that starts making videos, it always starts out like that, but yeah, that's the way it is. So yeah, that's pretty much going to take care of the past. And you pretty much know the present if you've been following my Unnamed LP series or the Biffa fan server series or anything like that. That's pretty much what's going on now. As far as the future goes, I am doing some reevaluation of the series. I think I'm just doing a little bit too much. I want to start an actual single-player series. I want to do an actual single-player series where it's just me by myself and I am not recreating things. I might use inspiration and stuff from other stuff, but I don't want to go and recreate full builds. I was doing that with Echoing the Greats, and to be honest with you, I just kind of got bored with it. I'm just rehashing stuff that a lot of you have probably already seen, and I really don't know if there's a whole lot of interest there. I really wasn't getting a whole lot of views. There were a couple of people that liked it, but I don't really know where that stood as far as what anybody else likes. I do have a lot of new subscribers that have come in over the last couple of weeks. So I want to say welcome to everybody. Hopefully I'll be able to keep you entertained. And yeah, so I've been thinking about doing a single-player series. Block-centric series is currently on hiatus indefinitely. I did finally finish digging that big hole, but I'm kind of at a massive creative block on that server right now. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. So that's kind of on indefinite hiatus. If they don't throw me off the server, it might be back. I don't know. Really. As far as the Unnamed LP goes, I am going to continue that. I've been working on something behind the scenes a lot lately that's been kind of tying up all my time, so that's why I haven't been making as regular content on that as usual. I do plan on getting back into that regularly. I had some issues behind the scenes that I don't really want to talk about that almost made me leave the server. My own server, believe it or not. I was about to pull a generic B. I came very, very close, but a couple of the people on there talked me into staying. So, yeah, I'll stick around with that for a little while longer anyway. But like I said, I do want to start a single-player series, and I'm probably going to go ahead and make a regular series on the Biffa fan server. We did take on the End Dragon yesterday, and I do have that footage. I really didn't get a whole lot of good footage because I ended up being attacked and killed by an angry Enderman that somebody else had angered. And the Enderman came after me and killed me, and then while the rest of the people on the server were fighting the dragon, I was busy running around trying to find my bow. I ended up dying twice and lost both of my bows and both of my swords. So I didn't actually get to participate in killing the dragon. I didn't actually even see the dragon die on video, and I did not get any of the XP at all. I was looking for my bow and in the wrong spot, too far away. By the time I got over to where the dragon died, all the XP was already gone. So yeah, I didn't really get a whole lot of excitement out of that. But it was fun hanging out with Biffa. I mean, that was pretty cool that he was on the server. So yeah, I got to spend a little bit of time with him. And that's really cool when you get to spend some time on a server with one of your favorite Minecraft YouTubers, Let's Players. He's really a nice guy. I mean, a lot of you that follow him, only know him through his videos, but being on a server with him and getting a chance to actually talk to him behind the scenes and just kind of hearing, about some of the things that he does and stuff like that, it's really kind of cool. He's really a great guy. So if you're not subscribed to him, I suggest you go over there and subscribe to him. Follow him, like his videos and all that good stuff. He's a good YouTuber in my opinion. And also support him on Patreon. That would be really great. And I think if you donate $20 or more per month, you'll be able to get onto the server. So yeah, go over to his Patreon page. I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. Check him out on his YouTube channel. I will also have a link in the description there. Not that really I need to do that because I'm sure everybody here watching me watches Biffa as well. So yeah, I think that's just going to do it for this video. This is probably going to be a little bit longer than I intended. I really only intended this to be about maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And then I was going to move on into like one of my present worlds. But I'm not going to do that now because it's taken a lot longer than I wanted to. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe to my channel if you are not a subscriber. My name is Angry Canine, and I will see you next time.